Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. DeAnna Pappas was the last woman left on Brad Womack's first Bachelor season. However, she didn't get a rose or proposal. He told her he couldn't marry her and left the show single. She went on to star on season 4 of The Bachelorette after the heartbreaking moment. DeAnna got engaged to Justification, but the relationship was short-lived. She finally found love through the reality show. She married Bachelorette contestant Michael Stagliano's brother, Stephen, in 2011. They had 2 children during their marriage. The couple shockingly announced their divorce in 2023 after nearly 12 years. The divorce seemed amicable until details about their custody agreement came out. Stephen Stagliano accuses Bachelorette star of being an alcoholic. DeAnna Pappas and Stephen Stagliano's divorce was finalized in 2024. She initially sought sole custody of their 2 kids. However, the former couple eventually came to an agreement to share custody, with a shocking stipulation. The custody agreement barred both parents from drinking alcohol when they had the children. The Bachelorette star's ex-husband claimed that she had a drinking problem. She denied it, but alcohol was behind her arrest earlier this year. DeAnna Pappas was arrested on domestic violence charges after an altercation with her ex. He claimed that she got physical with him when he tried to smell her breath while exchanging custody of their daughter. The charges were later dropped, but in new court documents, she admits that she was intoxicated around their kids. DeAnna Pappas admits she was drunk around kids. After the February altercation with his ex-wife, Stephen Stagliano went back to court in an attempt to change the custody agreement. He requested that the court order DeAnna Pappas to pay him $1,000 in child support while he looked for a job. Additionally, he asked for her visitation with the children to be monitored, and she undergo alcohol testing before visits. The Bachelorette star filed court documents last week, claiming that her husband wouldn't let her see their children. She asked the court to force him to obey the previous joint custody agreement. DeAnna Pappas admitted that she violated the no alcohol rule in the agreement and was drunk during an April visit with the kids. But according to Us Weekly, the former reality star has been sober for over 2 months. Despite being sober, she claimed that her ex is keeping the kids from her. She said that he canceled her visitation days at the last minute without warning. Although he acknowledged I was testing clean and participating in recovery, he unilaterally withdrew parenting time after my April 3, 2025, missed test without any basis to continue doing so, she wrote in the documents. Her ex-husband's response was supportive of her sobriety journey, but unwilling to put the kids in danger. He said that being sober for 2 months did not yet reflect sustained sobriety, particularly given the long-standing history of alcohol misuse since 2019, he responded in court. He pointed out that she previously denied having a drinking problem. The judge hasn't ruled on the new custody battle yet. Are you surprised to learn that DeAnna Pappas was drunk around her kids? The unexpected tonfasion that Rav Kiyid Bachelor Nation. DeAnna Pappas, the once beloved face of The Bachelorette, is no stranger to scandal. But nothing could have prepared fans or critics for her latest confession. During an emotionally raw and shockingly candid interview on a little-known podcast, DeAnna admitted something no one expected. She was drunk around her kids. The admission sparked immediate backlash, divided Bachelor Nation, and ignited an avalanche of questions. Was it a cry for help, a moment of brutal honesty, or a calculated move to relaunch her brand in an era where vulnerability is currency? As the internet exploded with think pieces, TikTok reactions, and mommy blog rage, one thing became painfully clear. DeAnna wasn't hiding anymore, and she had a lot more to say. Chapter 1. The rebranding of DeAnna Pappas. Since her appearance as the Season 4 Bachelorette in 2008, DeAnna Pappas had built a reputation around control. She was polished, composed, the Southern belle who knew exactly what she wanted, and didn't hesitate to reject fan favorite Jason Mesnick in a finale that remains one of the most divisive in franchise history. Fast forward more than a decade, and the once bright star of reality romance had taken on a quieter role: motherhood, divorcee, lifestyle influencer. Her Instagram was a carefully curated tapestry of lunchbox ideas, morning routines, and aspirational mom life mantras. But behind the ring lights and sponsored posts, DeAnna's real life was unraveling. Her 2023 divorce from Steven Stagliano was the first crack in the perfect image. Rumors swirled, alcohol issues, emotional distance, DeAnna not being the same since the fame faded. She denied it all. Until the podcast. Chapter 2, IWASNTA Danger, but IWASN to Right. The interview began like most celebrity guest spots on Wine and Whispers, a niche parenting podcast hosted by two moms who bonded over chaotic school pickups and Pinot Grigio. The vibe was playful, the conversation breezy. DeAnna even joked about her infamous rose ceremonies. But when host Jordan teased a segment called Confessions from the Playroom, something changed. DeAnna paused, then took a breath, then said, "You know, I used to have a glass of wine, or 3, before picking up the kids. I wasn't sloppy, but I wasn't right either." There was silence. "I don't think I was ever a danger, but I was numb, and I was around my kids. I just didn't want to feel anything." She laughed nervously. "God, this is going to go viral, isn't it?" It did. Chapter 3. The Internet Takes Sides. Within hours, clips of the moment hit TikTok, then Reddit, then TMZ. The headlines were brutal. Bachelorette DeAnna admits to drinking around kids. Is this the end of her brand? DeAnna Pappas needs help, not hashtags. Mommy influencer or just a mom in crisis. But oddly enough, not everyone was condemning her. Many related. "She's not glamorizing it," one commenter posted. "She's being real. How many moms won't say it, but do the same?" Others were less forgiving. "There's real damage done when parents drink around kids. This isn't bravery. It's irresponsibility." Bachelor Nation completely split. While Caitlin Bristow posted a supportive IG story, "Proud of you for being real, sister," Trista Sutter unfollowed her entirely. The shade didn't go unnoticed. Chapter 4. The PRIV Bar. Behind the scenes, DeAnna was crumbling. What she thought was a safe space became a public tribunal. Her phone didn't stop buzzing. Her PR manager, her ex, even her daughter's teacher all reached out. "What were you thinking? We need to release a statement. Are you okay?" But the only person DeAnna wanted to talk to was her sister, Chrissy, who had seen the slow decline no one else did. "Do you think I'm a bad mom?" DeAnna asked her through sobs. "I think you're a human mom," Chrissy replied, "and it's time to stop pretending otherwise." That conversation lit a fire. For the first time in years, DeAnna stopped curating and started confronting. Chapter 5. A Moment of Reckoning. Instead of going silent or issuing a lawyer-written apology, DeAnna went live. With messy hair and no makeup, she opened Instagram and stared straight into the camera. "I've read your comments. All of them. The supportive ones, the angry ones, the ones that called me brave, and the ones that called me a disgrace. Here's the truth. I drank because I was tired. Not tired like I need a nap, but soul tired. Tired of pretending I had it all together. Tired of smiling when I felt broken. Tired of parenting solo after a divorce I didn't want. I didn't set out to be drunk around my kids, but I ended up there, and I hated myself for it." Then came the tears. "I'm not proud, but I'm not hiding anymore." The video amassed 2.3 million views in 48 hours. Chapter 6. The Mothers Who Came Forward. DeAnna's confession triggered something in thousands of women. Comments flooded in. I had vodka in my coffee for a year after my husband left. Thank you for saying what I couldn't. You're helping me look in the mirror. We need less judgment and more honesty. Thank you, DeAnna. A private Facebook group called Moms Who Are Starting Over launched the next week. Within days, it had 20,000 members. What started as scandal became a movement, but it didn't erase the damage. Chapter 7. The FALUT. Brands began pulling out. A whole meal kit dropped her. A sponsored post with a vitamin company was rescheduled indefinitely. Her management team urged a break from the spotlight. But DeAnna wasn't interested in hiding anymore. She posted a reel, walking into her first AA meeting. This is not an influencer campaign. This is real life. I'm walking in alone, and I'm terrified, but I'm going. Some called it performative. Others said it was the bravest thing they'd seen from a reality star since Colton Underwood came out. Chapter 8. Conversations with her kids. The hardest part came when DeAnna sat down with her children. Her daughter, Addison, only 9, asked the question that crushed her. Mommy, were you sad when you picked me up from school? DeAnna didn't lie. Yes, baby, I was very sad. And I didn't know how to fix it, but I'm learning now. Her son, Austin, only 6, gave her a hug and said, "You smell like strawberries now, not grapes." It broke her and healed her at the same time. Chapter 9. A New Beginning. 3 months later, DeAnna is rebuilding. She launched a podcast of her own, Unfiltered Mother, focused on the raw, unglamorous truths of parenting. Her first guest? A school counselor who helped her understand the subtle trauma kids endure from emotionally absent parents. She hasn't touched alcohol in 94 days. She no longer posts perfect lunchboxes. Instead, she posts therapy appointments, journaling prompts, and yes, the occasional meltdown. Bachelor Nation still isn't sure what to make of her, but DeAnna's okay with that. EPILOGE, the woman behind the rose. DeAnna Pappas was once the woman who handed out roses with perfect poise. Now, she's the woman picking up the pieces, without makeup, without wine, without shame. In her final Instagram post before taking a week-long digital detox, she left her followers with this. If you've ever felt like a failure for being human, this is your reminder. You're not alone, and you can start again, even if your story starts with, "I used to be drunk around my kids." Because in the world of reality TV, the most shocking moments aren't the proposals or the betrayals. They're the truths that come long after the cameras stop rolling.